Hello, my friends. You've probably heard the saying, thoughts are just clouds, let them pass. Good meditation 101. This sounds peaceful, right? And it sounds right. But the problem is at this level, it's part of the old control system. So the greatest game would be, what if I didn't know that my energy, my frequency was precious, right? So it doesn't matter. And so if that's true, thoughts are just clouds. But that's not true at all. Think about the project that you're working on, your dream, those things. What keeps you from that? Well, there are Archons, Zetas, or Draconian mimics. These fields love when you believe that your energy and your thoughts are just thoughts, because it makes you passive. And so, perfectionism, I'm going to wait to do this until it's perfect, or until I'm certain, or until I'm healed. You ever said that? Right. Think of also, like, the worst thing that someone's ever said to you. I bet it's not as bad as the terrible monologue that you've shared with yourself. So this gives these outside entities a chance to attack. Now, these entities, they can't control anything overtly. And in fact, that gives too much away. So the way they attack is infecting our thoughts. If they were handed a piece of paper, they would hand the piece of paper back blank. But if you have a dream, they know how to manipulate, they know how to lie, they know how to get you to delay. And delay is their favorite tactic, right? Because the more space I give it, the more time I procrastinate, the more space there is for me to doubt myself, my gift, my message, those types of things. So that shit's over, okay? So their agenda is keep the light workers, the seekers. In fact, this probably isn't for seekers or healers, really. It's for architects of new earth. And these outside entities, they're not even your thoughts. So what if you knew that these weren't your thoughts? I want to change the relationship to them. And I would do everything possible to collapse these mimic loops, these lies, these deceptions. So the energy that I leak when I dismiss or I bypass my own mind, when I'm gaslighting myself, when there's things that I know that I don't honor and I trust outside influence more than my own inner knowing. And we can test all this based on muscle tension testing. So if I have a thought and it makes me feel smaller, it makes me feel guilt or shame, I know that it's an outside attack. And the good news is, it's not my fault, not your fault. It is my responsibility from this moment moving forward. These entities feed off of the fear. That's also the reason why, like on full moons, emergency rooms are full and violent crime goes up, right? The danger in thoughts are just thoughts. They're nice puffy clouds. Just let them go by. It doesn't give me the opportunity to be sovereign. So if I can stop that, and I can interrupt. So a good interrupt. Once an hour, I've been practicing this a long time. So once an hour, I'm attacked. The thing's not good enough. Let me wait until this outline's perfect. Let me rehearse a few more times. Blah, 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 blah. It takes me out of the fight. So what am I going to do? I'm going to change my posture. I'm going to sit up straight or stand up straight and grip the earth. That's first. Second, I'm going to clap my hands. Anytime I'm collapsing bubbles, there's an amazing quantum reaction that happens, that everything that isn't true, it just falls away. I have a few clients that use sounds like or they just laugh. The snapping. All of those things are great pattern interrupts to that. And what's really cool about this, it's asymmetric warfare, and the antidote to this attack is the very thing that I can leverage to move forward and make massive progress forward. So one of my taskers today is to create a community-owned school. So the body language, this is part of the training. If I were to move my elbows back and look up, and then balance my head on top of my spine and take a deep breath, I've just used my posture to change my frequency. This is a frequency war that we're in the middle of, okay? And so next, I'm going to tap my heart. And so if I am grateful, if I am joyful, if I am loving, and I have that heart coherence. So breathing into my heart directly, letting it go. Do this again. Do this with me. Breathe in and let it go. And then start to imagine a moment of pure love, joy, gratitude, and delight, and start to tune my whole body for that. And I'm going to make a little brown noise with you right now. The So if I can start to tap into my internal signal, close out the outside world, close my eyes, turn off distractions, turn my phone off, I have a chance. And so now, every time that my watch goes off, so in 19 minutes from now, I'm going to do this again. So if I do this once an hour for just 1 minute, I can clear the mimic fields, and that way I'm staying in coherence. And again, I've talked before about if there's turbulence in the field, and I want to achieve a goal, if there's a turbulence here, if I'm not matching the frequency, I can't have the thing. So if I am the thing, and I vibrate at the thing that I want most, I'm also made out of, right? And so if I match and create coherence in that, then it effortlessly gets attracted. So thoughts aren't clouds, they're data. Some are sovereign, some are mimics. So the test now is once I've done that and I have a thought, let's say it's a negative thought, an intrusive thought, an unworthiness thought. So I'm going to breathe that in. Does it make me feel better? No, it doesn't. Okay, does it make me feel smaller? Yes. Shame, guilt, those types of things. It's not an expansive thought. So how do I know it's true? Is it true? This is Byron Katie's work. Is it true? How can I be certain that it's true? Who would I be without this thought? And what if the opposite's true? So these entities, they attack in a particular way. If they attack, why is this taking you so long? That's the very high leverage response for me to launch a counterattack. Does that make sense? So the way that they're fighting, I get to fight back, and they become very valuable in showing me what's the highest leverage next action. So sometimes I can use excitement to move me forward. Sometimes the worse I feel, that's the very crevice that I get to go through to break through. So if you treat injected thoughts from the outside as harmless clouds, they start to occupy residency in my nervous system and destroy it. And cash flow, money flow breakthroughs, the more slack I have in my nervous system, the more I can trust coherent fields of creation. With ease, I get to now magnetically attract that which I want. Another great protocol is the 5-5-5, the triangular breathing. So breathing in for 5 seconds. Hold. And out for 5 seconds again. And then one more time. Hold. Big breath in. Squeeze it. On the light. That will make me feel better. Command, only what's mine enters. Anything that is not mine, it is not a request. Please leave. It's not a request. And then the laughter. Laughter collapses. Archon grip, ego is very serious. And so this is all a cosmic game, and it's meant to be fun. And so if I can just remember to laugh, if I laugh at the devil, he shall surely run away. So sneezing, yawning, laughter, this nervous system ejects the parasites. Thoughts are not clouds, they're frequencies. I command only truth. Don't bypass your mind. Don't bypass your emotions. Don't drift. Train it. Thoughts are signals. Some are divine, some are parasitic. Your job is to know the difference. And when you do, the Archon prisons crumble. So if you want the full 5-minute protocol that I give my CEOs to clear magnetic fields before calls, before events that really matter, comment, flame, or direct message me. Let's build your coherence together.